Pressure's on. How you guys feeling?
It's like the 6th to the 10th or
Wait,
something.
you're recording already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let me get rid of this too. There's a nice little YouTube display. Let me get rid of that. We don't need that right now. Okay, go ahead. How y'all feeling about
I
it?
don't know. I'm scared.
Scared?
Yeah.
Well, not scared. I'm nervous, I guess.
Yeah,
This is like, I feel like this is a huge deal.
The first when I heard about it, I was like really excited that I made it, but the next day I was actually pretty terrified.
Yeah,
I have
but
questions.
Like, I
by the
wasn't
way.
nervous. I was actually kind of
I couldn't
scared.
have told you were gonna make it, even not being a judge. Just based on your weapons form, I was like, yeah.
But to be honest, I thought my regular form was way better than the weapons. In my opinion, that's just me because I looked into it a lot, and I'm like, my weapons form to me feels more basic than how much
Was
I
it
put
traditional
into
or
it.
open?
It was a traditional, but complexity wise, form wise, my boss and I was technically more involved than the Chuck when I'm just doing figure eights and slashes.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, I see forms every time I'm in class. So for you to do a weapons form, something that you're like teaching other people beyond just like the basics of it, I think to me that's more impressive.
What's more important when you guys do tournaments then? Emotion or, I guess, the structure of the form? What's more important?
I don't think emotion is the right word. I would say passion is
Okay.
a better word.
I like passion.
But I don't think it's just one thing. I mean,
Okay.
I think you need all of it combined into one, you know?
Okay. What about, how long are you guys training for? Like, on your own terms? Like, when do you guys have time to actually train individually by yourselves, or when do you guys have, like, team meetings and stuff like that?
They haven't put out the schedule yet.
Yeah, we're
So
kind of waiting on that.
we're not exactly sure.
But personally, like just in general, like what I'm doing in my own time is 3 classes of regular karate a week. Plus, I'm trying to hit the gym 3 times, so that would be a total of 6 days.
That's
I mean,
a lot.
that's really what they're looking for.
Just the constant
Just outside of
repetition.
class,
Yeah,
doing stuff too.
because if you think about it, like when I go to the gym,
That is kind of scary.
there's barely any rest days, but like
Yeah.
my rest
That's
days
fine.
are practicing just a normal class, right? So you're thinking about other stuff in regular class rather than, you know, whether it's straight up cardio or muscle building or whatever. Like when I go to the gym, I'm there using machines. I'm there using, you know, hitting the bench and then doing cardio and all these other things just as
Yeah.
like a specific thing, you know, I'd rather hit each individual muscle, but then when I'm in karate, it's just, I do it all, you know? So your body kind of gets like a blend of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It keeps
Okay.
it flexible, I guess.
I like different thoughts about it because, like, everybody has their own feeling, I want to say, when they go to a tournament. Like, for me, I get this, like, butterfly feeling, and then I feel like I gotta, like, first off, I feel like I gotta puke all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm the same exact way.
Sometimes I can't even eat the day of the
Me
tournament.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's terrible.
I can't do
My
it.
nerves like are so shot. I don't know how to get rid of it.
You know, like, 8 Mile, where Eminem's puking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. So nothing comes out. It's just,
Yeah.
No mom spaghetti, huh?
I don't, yeah, no mom spaghetti. Not at all. No, it's just, I try to think of the mindset, but I've done millions of tournaments and I feel like it's the same exact feeling and I don't know how to escape it sometimes. There's been tournaments though where I just walk in and I'm like, oh, I got this. Easy.
I mean, at the last tournament I saw you and you didn't look nervous. I mean, you
Really?
killed it.
Oh, my heart was pounding. I don't know because there's
I mean,
just,
that's what makes you human. If you just go in there and you're like, yeah, I'm better than everybody and they're all
Yeah.
gonna lose to me, like that's not a good mindset. I
yeah.
don't think.
You said look better than anyone, better than anybody. You said.
Yeah, like if you go in there and you're just like, I'm better than everybody here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay. You could definitely. There's some people that are like that. I mean, those guys are.
Yeah.
Even though those guys are good, I hate to say it too.
Well,
Those
most of
guys
them
are-
have the confidence.
Sure, but
That's the thing. It's that confidence because it's just like if you. Here's
it's being cocky versus confident.
what if you pretend to be that guy, but you're actually really humble? Like, hear me out. Like, what if you pretend to walk and be like, yeah, totally got this, and your heart's just going like this? Do you think that make you feel better?
No.
Or like,
No.
it would make you feel worse?
But I'm
Really?
pretty sure
Okay.
I've seen that though
Okay.
as well.
I just thought you guys would be like, maybe think
I just-
about it. That
definitely
was a
not.
hard no.
Definitely not.
Like, nope. Okay.
No.
That's cool. All right.
But the good thing about being confident, like really that confident where you're not scared, is you won't stumble.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna let your body take over by accident at
Yeah.
all. I remember there was this one time I went to a tournament And it was the weirdest thing because it was the only time it's ever happened. I went to a tournament. I went with a few people, and I said I felt weird, and they're like, "Why do you feel weird?" And I said, "I don't feel nervous one bit, actually, at all." I felt
good.
Can't relate.
Well, no, it was the one and only time, and I said I don't feel nervous. I don't feel like
he found the one. That's the one.
Well, no, it wasn't really a good feeling though because I felt like I wasn't
feeling like not confident or feeling confident.
I felt kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, there's a limit of like the confidence. You know what I mean? You could feel so good that you just forget where you are sometimes, if that makes sense. Like you feel like you're performing like you're there to be there, not really like it means more than, you know what I mean? Because sometimes like, I think 2 years ago when I went, remember when I had the black nail polish?
No.
No, he does.
I do, yeah.
I just remember that day. I was going through a lot, like another
phase?
Yeah, another phase, literally another
Emo
phase. No, it wasn't an emo phase.
Okay. Black nail polish.
I was just sad, you know.
Aw.
But literally, I was just sad. And that tournament, I didn't really have much going on in my life, kind of going through a financial problem. But that tournament, I was like, I gotta win, because when you said your tournament was offering money, I think it was.
That was for grands. Yep.
I was like,
Yankees. Yeah.
I gotta try, and that money actually saved my ass. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just that feeling. It's like there's a purpose behind the confidence, and then there's confidence by just kind of doing it. You know what I mean? And then it shows by the judges is like, wow, that looked good, but it didn't look like he meant it. Versus, wow, that dude actually put blood into that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if there's ever been a time, because you said there was one. What about you, where you just went in and you were like, whatever. And by the way, you can move that mic however you want. You're free range. If you're good like that.
I'm good with it.
Is it
here.
picking
Can
up
it?
the
Yeah.
sound
Can it
good?
hear me?
I think it can hear you pretty
sure?
well. It's
We
coming
We
up
have to
from
start
that
the whole
one.
thing over.
No. She's good. She's good. Like, just scream into the mic. Watch.
No.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Look at that.
Look at that. You
Wait,
saw
what's
a
it
little
doing?
thing? Well, it's recording.
Yeah,
And
we
then
can see
when you
it.
I'm like
speak-
blind.
When you
though.
speak or like
Everything is
snap into
like-
the microphone, we can see it.
Yeah, he's looking at the sun wave
Yeah, no, I
screen
can't
over
see it. I
there.
can't
Yeah,
see it at all.
I can
yeah.
see a
Sorry.
green. You see the green bar moving?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Anyways.
But you never had that feeling?
I mean, I would say maybe now, being in the Master Belt division, to a sense, because it's with majority of people that I train with on a weekly basis. So this division, not all the time, I don't want to say this is all the time, but we're going in there to have fun, like to have a good time. You know what I mean? And for other people to see us show off our skills, where it's not like we're fighting each other for first place. You know what I mean? Like, not physically fighting, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier also if you go with friends, if you have a good group.
Yeah.
When we went
Yeah,
to
because
Rhode
you're cheering
Island,
each other on, and it's just like a good time.
Mhm.
You know, boosting morale. It's not like this whole.
I feel like sometimes sometimes I get like a little friendly competitive, I will say.
Yeah.
Like there was a tournament, it was in Rhode Island. I was watching him perform, and you know, one part of me, I'm his best friend, right? And I'm looking at him like, this guy's freaking good. And then the other part of me is like, I really hate this guy.
He's too good.
Like,
Why is he so good?
Yeah, because there's just some parts, like I watch my teammates and I just kind of watch them and I'm just like, there are just some things they do that I can't yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, it's like, that kick is so good. It's like, I can kick high, but I just can't hold it. But this guy just can eat a sandwich while having that leg
That's
that
me
high.
to you.
Oh.
With your kicks, I'm like,
thanks,
nah, I can't do
thank you.
it.
Appreciate that. It's just like, but here, I can kick high, but he can hold his leg out. You got the
For
freaking,
like 1 second.
it was the,
A one count.
but bro, it was the one where you took grands for the nunchucks. You held that
so
front kick out like for a
about that
minute.
kick.
About that kick.
The pain that's felt afterwards.
Yeah.
The cramp that's right in front of your hip after. That's the
Mhm.
reason why I yell so loud at the end. No,
Because it was
it's
a
not
pain.
really.
It was a pain, yeah.
No, that's why after I go and I'm
Something
like
actually
loosening
pulled.
up because it's like it does like lock up. But yeah, that took. I can only hold that on. Let me see what I kick with the left. I've only trained that one leg with that. So if I try with the right, it's awkward.
Are you right dominant?
I'm right dominant, yeah. So I'm actually a better kicker on my right, but I can hold
Yeah.
it with my left for the form because I practice the form so specifically.
You can kick better with your right.
Yeah, I just realized that about like a week ago.
Did you used to kick with your back leg in karate training, like when you were?
No, actually,
really? You
never.
were a front footer too?
Well, our federation was pretty adamant about front foot kicks.
Good,
Yeah.
as they should be.
Mainly, unless you're going for power. But
Yeah.
It's quicker.
Yeah, it's fast.
I see a lot of schools that use the front leg or the back leg all the time. Mainly because
I mean, I do, but
I mean,
it
you
depends.
actually hit.
I'm more of a defensive fighter, so I'll keep my distance a little bit, let them come at me, and then hit them with that.
So like what your
spinning.
reaction basically?
Yeah.
That's good. You're a reaction fighter. I never meet that many of them. They're hard to fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're hard to fight.
I have a killer sidekick that everybody's like, oh, she's gonna do the sidekick. Watch out for the kick.
I've gotten stuffed by a couple sidekicks. You see me get stuffed by Hinman's sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like out of a cartoon, man. Like it was like yeah. I was like, that's exactly how it felt.
Well, hers is kind of similar.
Really?
Mine.
I don't really want to feel that.
Well, it's not that hard, but
yeah, but like she'll be completely standing still, and then next thing you know, the person will take one step, and then her leg is just.
Wait, when's the last time you see me fight?
I think you sparred at the last tournament.
Oh
you?
Yeah, I did.
And I saw you do the sidekick, and I was like, wow, that was actually kind of like instantaneous, like from standing up to just.
True.
Just a little foot,
which is really good.
It's good.
I don't fight anymore because of like the surgery that I've had recently, and like all these pains and other issues that I've been having. So I was like, you know what? There was only one other person fighting. So I was like, fine, I'll just fight. And then I ended up winning. And then I didn't want to fight in grands. And they're like, no, there's money involved. But then I ended up losing. So, but it's whatever.
That stuff is cool. Like when money's on the line, it's like.
I know, but then you're like,
it's a mental,
I have to win because I need the money.
What if there was a tournament with no goal? Like, how would you feel? Like, there's no, you just do it to do it. You got like just to show off. Would you do it just to do it? There's no reward.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I do them to get a medal.
Yeah. Do you think like you'd feel more confident? Like be like, this is fine. I can do this just to do it. Sure. Or
I don't know.
What if it was like, all right, so if you do this tournament and if you win, you get this teapot. Winner gets a teapot.
What's in the teapot?
The pressure is on for the teapot.
But what's in the teapot, though?
Only the winner will find that out.
Yes.
Only the winner gets to open this up and figure out what's in it.
Mystery contest.
Now is the pressure on somehow.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, is there actually any
tea in it? That's the crazy thing, how the mentality.
Oh, it actually is.
Yeah, there's stuff in there. That's infused tea.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's call it like Focus Finder or something like that. Stop dripping. I'm on our podcast.
Good, though. Actually.
Are you gonna have some?
I guess.
Were you drinking coffee?
Hold the top when you do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to.
There you go. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Don't get burnt.
Sorry,
is it mixed? Is it mixing?
Yeah.
Is it golden? It should have a golden color. No, is it? Wait, you're mixing tea and coffee?
No, there was no coffee in there. That's good.
Kayla, liar.
I can see inside of it. I was asking
half
him.
of a drop, so it's gonna get
understood. Well, I just downed mine, so I might have some too. You know.
Is this chai?
It's like it is not chai, but it's supposed to taste really, really, really good.
More of a coffee drinker, but I do like tea.
So as I
podcast name.
Oh my god, I love those. Did you have them made or did you make them?
The
mugs.
The cups?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cups. I actually made these, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can get these too. And the link in the description below, actually.
Product placement.
That was great. Thank you for that. I didn't plan that. I also need to like refill this actually because this just stopped. So I got my questions answered. But the last question I wanted to ask is whoever wins, will there be any hate or like
whoever wins what?
Like what?
Oh no. Is it a competition? I didn't get all the information. Is for the tournament, is it like are you guys against each other at all?
No. Same team. Same side.
Okay, never mind. Never mind, forget it. I was gonna say, whoever goes against each other. Okay.
I mean, I assume we're going against other countries as we're Team USA.
And I think we're in different categories.
Does that taste good to you? I like it.
It tastes like tea.
It tastes pretty infused.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Different categories, like what?
Well, obviously, I think men and women will probably be separated, right? Probably.
Yeah, so we probably won't even.
I don't know if there's an age difference or.
I guess.
Is there a weight division?
I wonder if they have like synchronized forms. We should totally do that.
That's
you,
cool.
me, and Pat would be sick doing synchronized forms.
Chilsung Oro?
Sure.
Chilsung Oro.
Any form, honestly.
What's the longest Chilsung? I don't even know that.
Yep.
We just did it yesterday. Actually.
Chilsung Yakro.
Chukro. I almost said Chilsung.
That's not the one with the 100 moves, is it?
That's the one where
He's waving his arms for the people that are listening.
Yeah,
and punching.
I know that, but
Oh yeah, you guys
which
taught me
one
that
was he
at-
saying yesterday? I had
at the
100
karate
moves.
school.
I couldn't remember.
I
which
think
one
it was
was.
Chosung
That
Yakro,
one?
or was it like it wasn't Hwasun or anything like that. That was like the short one, and then there's
Yakro Yakdan.
Yakro Yakdan.
Is Seishun the shortest master form?
Seishan?
Seishun?
Well, we teach Seishan
Seishan.
as like a third degree.
I don't.
He's
He's gonna go through them. It's the second degree form.
Okay, yeah, it's our second degree form. We do-
Second degree form?
We teach
I
as a
learned
second
it as a
degree
fourth
form.
degree.
No, we do it as a second
Yeah, they make
degree
you
form.
wait. I actually, based on the constant jumping from...
I wouldn't say it. The difficulty
Federation.
is.
Huh?
I wouldn't say the difficulty is.
Yeah, I would say it's
It's
pretty
less.
simple
Yeah.
because it repeats a lot.
Yeah.
I just got the it's the stepping movement that always like tripped me out. Like feet together and then just kind of circulate your leg and then do that punch. You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about
Everybody
doing
was saying, "Oh, you're timing your leg wrong," or like your hips aren't down enough. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm hearing like 25 different variations of how this form is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was-
that's the problem with learning forms sometimes.
Yeah.
You have too many people telling you too many different little things.
Yep.
We were talking about that. We were just like, everybody has their own flavor, and
Yeah.
it's just like hearing it from so many people. It's almost to the point where it's so overloading because you don't
Yeah.
really know who has the right answer,
Mhm.
even though their philosophy is so completely. It's true. They can have
Right, they
true
may
phi-
not all be wrong, but
Yeah, but it's just based
Which
on the
one do you
person at that point. You
choose?
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the art is the person.
Yeah.
It's literally that. Like, I was working with this one guy, and it was for private lessons, and he was just this really big dude. His mass is like he's a mass guy, big guy, and he can't get down.
yeah.
He can't get leveled as I can, but he manages to use his chest or whatever, whatever keeps his like gravity. He has like these reasons on why. So I'm like trying to work with him. And next thing you know, however we managed to do Pyongan Sam, oh my God, I'm getting mixed up. Pyongan Samdan, where you middle block and then block that
Yep.
move. Yeah. So Pyongan Samdan, it just worked. We just managed to kind of like flow his body and make it work for him, because like my hip twist could be a lot different than his.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's why when I look at these, you don't want an exact image of your students to be just like you,
Mhm.
because then at that point, that's kind of like boring. You're just kind of get a little mini yous going on. I mean, that's great. They're learning from you, but essentially you want them to express themselves in the
Yeah,
form.
well, they're taking the base from you.
Yeah, that's the other thing. When it comes to like training, there's traditional and then there's like expressive. That's what I wanted to get into.
Mm.
When you're doing a tournament, do you think it's a good time to do it traditionally or like, when training, when do you think there's a good time to be traditional? You were going to answer.
No, I was actually going to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead. I'll
What do
ask
you mean
it.
by expressive?
Expressive, like, okay, Gichi Young Ilbu, for example.
Okay.
Low block for, I'm going to put the mic down for a second. So you stand up. You're standing up here. This is your move. Ready? Your basic form. Ready? Look. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Ready? Here's expressive.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So-
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Okay.
Huge difference.
So what's your question again?
When okay, I gotta reiterate the question because it wouldn't sound right. Would you incorporate traditional, like the way you teach it, and then have them express it? Like this is kind of like the base of what I want and like what we're looking for. And then when we do the forms together, express yourself, or do it as a group in a traditional way, like you know what I mean, like flip the switch on and off.
So
I'll let him answer first.
my
Okay.
answer to that is this.
Because somebody asked me this, and I really wanted to hear other people's answers.
Someone asked you this?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
I just tried to remember it, so I'm sorry if I didn't make it sound right.
no, it's okay. When they're learning, you're going to teach it the first way you showed us.
Yeah.
Because you want to show them the simple picture of it in your head. Because I don't know about you guys, but like for me, I have a picture memory, and then the muscle memory kicks in later on.
Mhm.
So I like picture it in my head. So I would want to see the simple pictures to get the memorization down.
Yeah.
Obviously, the rest of the emphasis and all that stuff comes with time. And once you learn it, you're going to want to actually put that effort into it, right? So I wouldn't make it where if I was to teach a class and teach that form, I wouldn't separate it. For the
Okay.
people that are learning it, yes, if they're learning the form, you teach it simple, clean, obviously showing them the the details, the chambers, all that. But once they know the form, they should always be doing it with the same emphasis that they would try to do it at a tournament.
Okay.
Unless they are teaching someone below them that needs it simplified.
Yeah. Okay.
If the teacher's working on the form with them separate, yeah, they could do that. The rest of the class could do it. There's a hard way, but I don't think there's a time where you should actually encourage not doing it as good as you can.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
How about you?
No, that makes sense. I mean, we kind of have tournament style versus like class style.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
okay.
when we're in class, we're doing it. Well, I should say when we're in a tournament, we're doing it like extra. Like everything's emphasized. Maybe the timing of the moves is different. You add in yells where it's not traditionally. I don't know if you guys do that kind of stuff. Like you add yells that wouldn't normally be there when you're at a tournament.
Sometimes.
I feel like tournament prep, that's where you can get ready for stuff like that. More expressive.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to feel like more expressive in certain forms? Because some people just can't lock in. Like some people are like, I've only done it based on how I was trained. Like I've only done it. Like when they do tournaments, it's literally the hut.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I've seen that, and I'm like, what would be a good answer to someone if they were asking, how do you get into that expressive? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you like take the puzzle and like put all the pieces together to make it a good show for the person that's watching?
I mean, we kind of let our students do their own thing when it comes to that. So we do like, what we call tournament prep. So like they'll come up in front of a panel of judges in the middle of class, and then they'll do the form, their version of tournament style, and then we'll give them critiques and say, oh, you should speed it up here, you should slow it down here, add a yell in here, that kind of thing. And then they take that and make it their own.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Same on my end too. Same thing.
Okay.
But when we're in class, we're all doing it the exact same way.
Yes, by cadence and all that.
Yeah.
And such.
Okay.
Focusing, not that you're not focusing on technique when you're in the tournament, but you're just adding another level to it.
Please tell me you have your students look before you go.
Of course. That's the first move.
Okay, good. Yeah, that is the first move. Everyone's there's instructors that I've met way back when. They're like, the first move is chumbi. Like, no, it's not. It is
that's
not.
just your ready stance.
It's just like,
how are you gonna know what you're hitting if you're not looking at it?
I know. It's not like the first move is not chumbi. If that was the case, it's like, oh, you want to square up? Let's go, bro.
Yeah,
You just drop
let me
it.
get to a number one stance first before we start fighting.
I made so many jokes about that. It's like we would make jokes when we would like be hanging out at get-togethers, and we'd be like, "Oh, what? Square up to me!" And he'd go into a low block, and I'd be like, "Hut!" And he'd punch me.
Oh God!
And it's like, how'd you do that? It's like you were so fast. It's like you knew it was coming. I love stuff like that. It's just messing around with it. But then that traditional stuff helped me be more focused.
Speaking of, Pat just texted me.
Pat
What does he
texted
want?
you. Oh, happy days. I had
Pat,
another.
you're on the podcast.
Oh, he's in. He's in the podcast.
Once he watches it.
I actually had other questions that some people asked me.
Sure, what you got?
So Discord asks me. We got 10 questions, by the way,
Okay.
which is nice.
During this?
Yep.
Oh wow.
So I will credit everyone at the end of this. I will reach out to you later if you want to be credited. So if you see names, great. If you don't, that's why they don't want to be known, and that's fine. So question number 1, and this is for all of us. And I also figured we can have some fun with this because we got 30 minutes left. I figured for the next 30 minutes, we play Jenga. And while we do this, everybody has a question, right? We all have to answer a question.
Okay.
When we answer the question, all we got to do is just pull the stick out. That's it. Can you organize this a little bit, somebody, please?
Who's gonna
I'm
take
just
the
going to
tea?
get who's going to take the tea?
Oh, I'm gonna hate
There you go. We'll take that. Organize it all nice and set up. Yeah, and if you're listening to the audio version, we highly recommend going to the video version so you guys can go and
Don't like be in the description.
yeah. You can watch. You can watch it. All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
So, are you guys doing open tournaments
I am.
or open form?
No.
No, you're not doing open form?
Traditional.
Okay, so it is going to be traditional.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Here's a good one. When is it okay to challenge a judge's decision, and how is that handled?
Could we get other? Is there any other context to that question? Like, are we talking about sparring, or just
So
in general?
that's, I think that's all it is. I think it's pretty right to the point. We could use anything with that one.
It's an
Like we
open
could use,
question.
that's an open question. So I feel like,
at our rank, sparring.
don't forget the mic. Move
You
that a
know,
little
does it
bit.
not hear me?
Oh,
There you go. Here, I just want to adjust it.
well, because it hears from this side
Oh,
specifically.
my
Yeah.
bad. Sorry,
No,
guys.
You're good. You're all good.
All right. So yeah, as master belts, I would say sparring.
Okay.
In any other division, probably not. I mean, I think it would take a lot for me to challenge a panel of other master belts on whatever scores they were going to give me.
You'd probably have to take like a lot in order for you to be like, yo, what was that?
Yeah, I mean,
You never had bad judging?
no, I have, but sometimes that's just part of it.
I hope the microphone doesn't get the
Yeah,
that's
let's not get it in there. I was like right in his face. Okay, let's pretend that no one saw that.
Are you setting it up now?
I was.
Are you
starting to
restarting?
play. Yes.
Well,
Cheater.
Kayla answered the question
Cheater.
first. So
Oh,
Kayla,
so it's her turn. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. My apologies.
you're just taking turns away.
Stand up.
Of course, she gets it first try.
Perfect.
Nice.
But you know, I mean, I've been hit straight to the face, and they call it a point when
It's like, what?
For
Yeah,
for
or
a
like-
tournament that doesn't
or
allow
my
that.
helmet has been turned, and they're like, no, it's a point. I'm like, that's clearly contact. I mean, the rules.
Yeah.
But
Has
it's
it-
hard. It's hard when you go to someone else's tournament, and it's their judges,
Yeah.
and you're fighting their student.
It can be the word. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it could be political.
Yeah.
You know. It can
Yeah.
be very political.
That's a good word for it.
So, how about you, man? How do you feel about that stuff? Like, when do you feel like it's an appropriate time to challenge it?
Javon's
So-
too good. He doesn't need to
No,
challenge.
no. I just challenge it.
That's right.
He's never been in
of
that
course.
situation.
He's never
I
been.
think
They just
just like-
bow down to him as soon as he
Yeah, they're
finished.
like,
No,
first.
no.
Judges, I am awesome. Just go ahead. Sorry.
There's two ways that I would probably do it. So it depends on if I'm coaching or if I'm
That's
actually
a good
competing.
point.
Because in a lot of tournaments I've been going to recently,
Let me challenge that.
if you have a student that's sparring, you have a coach corner and you
Mm.
watch the fight and you could pull them aside. You could do timeouts. You could do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
see, that's different than our tournaments because you're not allowed to coach at all.
Yeah. So I'm speaking from that
Oh yeah, that's right.
perspective
Yeah.
of not our federation
Yeah.
tournaments. In that case, I would challenge the decision or the point
Mhm.
because that I think is actually, partially my right to say, hey, well,
Yeah.
he blah blah blah, and then they discuss it. But if it's me competing myself, I won't even challenge it. I'll let them put their input in. Obviously, like let's just say it's form or weapons division, and
Yeah.
they give me their score. It's like, okay, that's your score. I'm not gonna argue about it. But once I'm done, I'm gonna say, hey, so what could I have done better to get a better score? Like, why did you score me so low? Like, I wouldn't even ask that. I would say, what could I do to score better? Which I'm pretty
Javon
sure
gives
that-
the nice answer.
well, I'm pretty sure that the
He's like,
judge.
hey, so
Thanks so much for your feedback, guys.
well, the judge, I'm pretty sure if I was judging and a student came up to me and he asked me, what could I have done better? I would automatically think, oh, wow, he thought I scored him low.
Yeah.
So that's like a nice way of
True.
saying, huh? Like
Yeah.
without being kind of like an ass.
Yeah.
So
Did you pull from the Jenga?
I did not pull from the Jenga.
I actually had.
5 below. There's rules.
Oh, it's
Is there?
5 below.
Five from the top.
Oh,
the
so
top
two-
full set has to be
Right.
below 5.
So anywhere here
Anywhere.
below.
Yeah.
Right
Let's
there.
see.
Yeah.
Let's see. There it
a good
goes. Perfect.
I'm afraid of shaking.
No helping.
I won't help. Okay. I'll just back off. This is a pretty good view.
This is part of our competitiveness.
Yeah, it's all about
There's a show our control.
showing control. All right. So, well, those are good answers. I've had an experience. I have experienced something where I had to challenge a judge because some people take their federation or organization rules and they apply it to open tournaments.
Mhm.
So there's people that aren't so open-minded. And
Yep.
there was a time where I had a wooden knife, right? and it was shaped like a knife. You could see the red tip and everything.
Was this
so
for
whatever.
weapons?
This was for a weapons tournament,
Okay.
yeah, or a weapons division, and it was traditional. But either way, it's all about how I performed, and it looked like a knife. It was just in the shape. It was just wooden, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And after I placed, one of the instructors came over. One of the judges came over to me and was like, "Dude, that form was freaking phenomenal. The only reason I gave you a lower score is because you had a wooden knife. It would have been better and looked cooler if you had a metal one, or like an aluminum
that's
one."
Not fair.
Yeah,
not
right.
fair.
And I thought that, and
There's no advantage or disadvantage to that.
yeah. So
Right.
I walked
It's
up.
how you use the weapons, not necessarily what the weapon is.
Exactly.
Because we've gone to black belt gradings, people bring in a legitimate rake. Like that you would use for your leaves outside.
Somebody brought an oar to Rhode Island before.
Yeah, oars.
I mean, you could turn almost anything to a
Does
weapon.
this count as 1, 2, or
No.
No,
a
it's be
1,
full.
2, 3? Oh, okay. So right here.
So after this, this will be considered one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us being all cheap going in the middle. All right.
It's to make the game last
But-
long.
What?
Wait, you're supposed
What
to
are
put
you
on
doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I just wanted it. I wanted to keep it for myself. So I got sidetracked because I was going to mention that I went to one of the head judges at the table, and I mentioned the scenario. I was like, I don't know. This is my first time even being at this
Yeah.
tournament. So what they did was they ended up making me go. To be fair, they gave me first with the guy, and they ended up having us go against each other in Grand Champion. And I was like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Only issue is it wasn't fair because I actually would have beat him.
Right.
That's the thing. He's like, because the judge
You would have outpointed him, basically.
yeah, and the guy ended up winning at the end of the day, but it still just made me feel like I had a chance, I guess. But I feel like it still didn't help because the judge basically just gave me a lower score almost for the sake of just telling me that the knife was wooden. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I'm like, I could have won. He
Yeah.
said he would have given me a higher score to beat him, but I couldn't. And
Even
it's-
if he
that's not-
thought that, I don't think it's appropriate for him to even say
He
that
wouldn't
to
even,
you.
yeah, that's what I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
How
best to
dare
keep it to
you?
yourself.
Respectfully,
Right.
how dare you,
Right.
man?
That's like an opinion that shouldn't be voiced, really.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're super close with him later on or something like that, but just not like to a stranger like that. No.
Yeah, I just felt like that stuff really hit deep when it said that, because it's like those things you pay for, you know.
Yeah.
You pay for those tournaments,
Pay for the tournaments and
and
the
you
other
have your
time
own.
and the
What if I didn't
energy
have the money to buy it? What if I made
True.
it with my own hands?
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was a
You
wooden
should
knife.
say that next time.
Yeah, I should say that next
I
time.
carved this.
I carved this
from my
This belonged
grandmother's
my grandmother.
casket.
Oh my god, my grandmother gave this to me as her dying last words. Use this at tournaments. That's what happened.
Oh my god.
So the other one,
I had to take it a little dark. Sorry.
it's all good. There's some people laughing, and then there's some people tuning out after that.
The views are going down.
We're losing them, guys. So has there ever been actually, sorry, I read that one wrong. Had there ever been someone during sparring that during the match they decided to just say like, nope, I'm done, I'm not doing this?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to hear it. All right, you can go
There's
ahead,
been
but
many
remove your Jenga.
instances. I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
The one
you-
on top is
Did I?
mine.
Oh, that's right. You already what? Did you?
No. It's
No,
your turn.
no. She has to answer the question. Sure. So she goes.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna name drop. I know some of
You don't
my
got to name drop. We don't do that
some
here.
of my colleagues. I guess you could
Very well
say.
said. I'm proud of you for that.
Sometimes their anger gets the better of them, and if they're losing or they think a point was unfairly scored on them, whether it was or wasn't,
Yep.
they basically let that completely take them over. And
Yeah.
I mean, helmets get thrown, mouth guards go,
I've seen that. Yep.
swearing, it's disqualifications, it's it can get pretty heightened sometimes. I mean, and then there's been other instances where blood has been drawn and it's an automatic disqualification.
I've seen
but
stuff like
that
that.
person doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily agree, so it kind of becomes this whole thing.
Yep.
But rules are rules.
Speaking on that, if you
Well,
don't
rules are
mind me
meant to be
adding,
broken. I'm terrible. No, that.
No,
Forget
okay,
what I
no.
said.
In some instances, yes, but
I'm
that
pretty
one.
sure that some tournaments do allow blood as long as it's not an extreme amount.
true. Some of it is
A
up
little
to
nosebleed.
judges'
Like you
discretion.
pop someone in the nose and they get a nosebleed. It's
You
like,
just take
oh,
care
wow.
of
Right,
it,
if you
yeah.
if
Fix
someone
it.
splits their lip by accident,
Yeah, those stuff
and the
is.
person's like, "No,
yeah.
I'm good to continue,"
stuff
then
is
they'll
sensitive.
keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but you knock
if
the
it's
tooth
with-
loose.
Right.
or something like that. It's like, well, I think that was a little excessive.
One, yeah, excessive.
If
Two, where's
it's
your mouth guard?
intentional, then
There's intent.
the judges can call it. Yeah.
You can tell if there's intent. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes you can tell. Most of the time, it's very sneaky. Because I was going to say something about cheaters. You can tell when there's cheaters in the ring. Like certain moves, like there's like tactics that people do, like running out of the ring because they're winning. So I'm just gonna.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Or
Kind of like running down the time.
I'm gonna say I'm guilty at this one when I say that I've done this once and I never did it again. But it's an option. It's just they would blitz me while I'd be in a corner, and I would try to D-side kick, but I would fail at it and I would fall back.
Oh, geez.
I did it once and someone called me out on it and I said, yeah, you're right. That wasn't a good idea.
I think I did.
You called him out on it?
Well, I don't know. I remember.
Maybe it was you.
I think I saw it.
Maybe it could have been you. Oh, maybe it was Brandon. Brandon.
It was a while ago, though.
It was somebody because the person that did it looked at me and went.
But it was also, I think that match went way past its time anyway. You were in that round for like way too long.
It needed to be like over.
It felt like an 8-minute round.
It was the worst sparring match I've ever been in. I mean, it was great.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have blamed you for just trying to catch your breath with that.
Mm-hmm.
There was you just need a second.
There's tournaments where I've done jump spinning kicks and they count for 3, but it's just like I would hit the head. I would watch the head just go ting, and then the judge just goes like, "Keep fighting."
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen terrible judging. Did you answered right?
Yeah, no, not really. But I mean, I've seen everything from a third person.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people scared to spar me. From my recollection, I don't remember anyone sparring me just like getting so fed up that they walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never happened fighting me. I've
but
seen other people fighting.
I've had them get pissed off while sparring me, and then you could
tell.
It
Feel the
changes.
vibe.
The
The
vibe
demeanor
changes so
is
crazy. It's like you're all fun and games playing tag, and then next thing you know, he really wants to hurt you, and it's like,
And
oh,
it
okay.
sucks. Yeah. What if I can ask that question in a second. Was that it, or you keep?
That's the end of my
Okay.
Your
Jenga.
piece.
Oh, sorry. My
Take
bad.
a Jenga. Taketh. Jengith.
Take Jenga. That's not moving.
Yeah, man. I dealt with a hothead not too long ago,
Ooh.
and it was really unfortunate because like we were really good friends in the beginning of the tournament, and then like I was up by like a couple good points, and it wasn't until like his buddies started kind of. You could say whatever you want, you know, at these tournaments, and when I was sparring his buddy, I was like up by like maybe like a few. And his buddies were like, "Yo, don't let him take you out like that. Don't let him do that to you." And then he started getting a little hype. And then he hit me hard on the blitz. He blitzed and he hit me hard. I'm like, dude, my head went back. And but here's the other thing, which I also thought it was kind of like weird. The coach didn't call it. Or the judge, thank you. The judge didn't call it. So then they what was it? I side kicked him. He grabbed it. He like tomahawked my leg just to bring it down.
That's
he blitzed my head. I was like, this is some. He hit hard, and at the end of the fight, I realized that it was just like from the grapevine when they spoke. The coach talked to me. One of the coaches came up to me, and he was like, "You're kind of like an outsider. You were kind of like random. You just kind of like showed up to this tournament. You were winning, and the guy got mad because he was the actual winner. He always wins, and you just kept." And I'm like, really? That's crazy.
That's the whole point of a tournament like that.
Yeah, and it's just like at the end of the day, I was
humility.
Yeah,
exactly.
Important.
Absolutely, and I took the L as much as like I feel like he should have in that moment too. He didn't have to hurt me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, that's uncalled for.
You know what I mean? Like I took the L, and if he had won, I would have been like, dude, you whooped my ass. Good job. That's how I treat it.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, there's always going to be someone better than you.
Always. Always,
You're never
110%.
going to be the absolute best.
That's the crazy thing
everywhere
is
you go.
a lot of people can't accept that.
Yeah.
It's the crazy thing. Like, and that's the other thing. When is I've seen in Massachusetts, there was a fight that broke out, and the guy was like, dude, I swear I will knock you out. It literally led to that point. The winner ended up knocking the loser out. The winner was at fault because he snuffed him, but he was irritated because the loser was just trying to like antagonize him. And then next thing you know, everybody's on top of each other. I'm like, this is a tournament. This is karate. Like this was years ago, by the way. This was like 10 years ago.
Sounds like the final episode of Cobra Kai.
I don't know.
There has to be a big fight.
I just think, yeah, like the high school fight.
Yeah, if you're not getting your back broken on the school stairs.
When do you think is a good time? Oh yeah, I should Jenga. Right here? Is that okay?
Oh, that was a good piece.
When?
Nice.
Where are you going?
What?
When would be a good time to knock out someone versus subdue someone?
Never.
Never? You don't think anybody deserves to get knocked out? I almost put it to the side again.
I think Jake Paul deserves to get knocked out.
He hears that. Probably not.
Probably not.
Imagine
unless that goes viral on TikTok or something.
It's doubtful.
If he cares about this low end channel, he's got a good life. If that's the only thing he's worried about.
Jake Paul, I don't want to fight you.
So
I'll fight.
Oh, look at that.
Challenge yourself.
Let's see. We'll see. I'll fight him. I'll have fun with it.
So the question being, because you're saying knockout versus subdue, you're talking real life or we're talking sport?
Yeah, you're talking like street fight or?
I guess there's always a time and place where it depends. But give me a scenario of your own, like a time and place to knock someone out.
Yeah, Javon.
Versus
give us a scenario of your own.
Well, it's not going to be a personal scenario that I've done, but all right. So knockout. This is actually a weird question to answer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, subdue, I would obviously try to do. That'll just be the initial reaction. Is I'd rather subdue first, anyways. If I need to knock him out, it's because he won't stop.
He won't stop.
Meaning, I'll subdue.
I like that you said him, not them, because you would never hit a woman. Right?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, is she gonna kill
You
me?
would hit him while he's still like struggling you?
No, because he's subdued.
Okay.
There's a difference between subdued rather than actively. Let's just say I subdue him, he gets out, he tries to choke me. Okay, I subdue him again, he tries to go again. It's like, okay, it's back and forth. I'm getting tired.
It's a muscle game at that point.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna need to boom. Now
I'm gonna need to boom.
Can you guys reenact it, please?
He's limp.
Act it out.
He's got to move the table.
I'll
film it.
Basically, only do as much as I need to. Obviously,
that's a good answer, John. That's a respectable answer as a master.
I know, because I'm such a
stellar guy.
Man.
Well, if I need to, I need to. If I could control it, I'd rather keep it under control.
Okay. Did you Jenga?
I did not Jenga.
Go ahead, Kayla. Do you have an answer?
I don't think I'm ever gonna be in that type of situation.
But if,
as a female, I feel like, but
if
I mean,
sidekick to the gut.
Honestly, you should be ready to knock out a few guys.
I mean,
honestly.
if I was like actually fighting for my life and felt like I was in legitimate danger, sure, I would do everything.
Yeah, these guys are terrible. That was the Jenga for people that are listening. The wooden sound. I'll give you all a scenario.
Is this real life?
Well, one of my instructors gave this point to me, and I thought it'd be a great explanation, like a great point.
Okay.
So this isn't his experience, but it's just like his philosophy on how it should be done. Okay, I'm by myself, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm by myself. There's a guy that wants to harm me, right? Now, maybe he has a knife or whatever. Okay, he's really up close. I feel like subdue the knife, do what you got to do. I think subdue and like put him in a hold, put it in a position, rid the knife, hold it down. That's a weapon scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Call the cops, handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I got my little sister with me now. It's different. There's somebody here. This is not a scenario where it's like, we don't have time to hold this person down. I'm going to hit this guy and run. And I will do it hard. That's my thought.
After he's attacked you first, you're saying?
He would put me in a position where I'm like, oh my God. Because what if instead of it goes to me, he goes to my sister or something like that. Attacks me first, whatever. I need to end this scenario quick and as fast as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to subdue this guy. I don't want to put him in a position where it's just like, whatever. I don't need my sister seeing all this. It's just got to end it quick and let's just go.
It's not just your well-being. It's you and someone else.
Yeah.
So you have to protect yourself and someone else.
Exactly. Because I've seen scenarios where it's like, you know, the person's fighting the attacker and then the partner comes in, takes the weapon and starts attacking the attacker. Mm-hmm. When it's like, that can escalate into things.
Yes.
So that's why, in my opinion, analyze the situation. This guy's got a knife. My sister's right here. He has this to my throat. This guy is clearly, and it's like one of those scenarios where it's like, this guy wants to do something after he gets what he wants. Snuff him. Get out of there. Hit him. Daze him. 3 good hits. The nerve spots. Groin first, head, throat. Get out of there. And then just take my sister and go. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I'm gonna Jenga. 1, 2. Oh shoot.
It's wobbly.
Oh man, how are we doing here? Okay. What if I could? I'm shaking the table.
Yeah, you are.
No, I can do this. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that scared me so bad. All right. I love that. So we all had pretty open answers on that one. It's pretty good. It's pretty much do it when you absolutely seriously need to at the end of the day.
Yes.
Hey, back on that, I know we talked about as a female in the martial arts world, but now that we have a female now in the podcast, I gotta ask.
That's how I got on the show. I talked my way into it.
Like, how do you feel in the martial arts world? What's your what's your drive? Like, are you just there to go like competitive? Are you there because it makes you feel safe? Are you there because it's like a good workout, or is it all of the above? Like, what's the main reason why you're there that got you in it, sticking in it, all that stuff from a female's perspective?
I think, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very comfortable there. I think, in my experience, it's a male-dominant sport.
You said that. Yeah.
But
so the last podcast, you mentioned that.
That's kind of how my life has evolved. So, my core group of friends, it's all guys. Like, I really don't have, like, that girl best friend that I go and tell all my secrets to kind of thing.
Okay.
I've worked, in a kitchen where I was the only female. But that's an environment that I thrive in because I feel like it betters me.
Really?
Yeah, because it is hard to be the only female master belt in our division for our federation competing. I have to hold myself to this much higher standard because the power that's coming from these guys, the breaking, the fighting, all of it, there's just some people that there's no way I'm going to match that.
Right. So you're not here to prove yourself or anything, right?
I mean, in a sense, but
more to yourself, right?
Yeah, and also to the females behind me.
That's good.
That's I'm proud to stand in the front line being the only female. Other than my instructor, I'm the highest ranking female in my school.
How many female masters do you guys have?
Actively?
Active?
I don't know if I could give you a number off the top of my head.
Yeah,
but it's a lot less than men, I'll tell you that.
It's definitely a lot less than men.
What would you say to all the women that want to try martial arts?
I would say step out of your comfort zone and do it, because I don't know where I'd be today. I mean, a lot of people say that. It sounds kind of cliche, but
it's true.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten through a lot of the stuff that I have if it wasn't for, the people that have grown as my family and supported me.
Yeah, it's your circle.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me in my life, we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And those people it's always what I can fall back on to...
It's like your home.
To better me. Yeah. I'm I'm going to go here, get my aggressions out, get my stresses out. Yeah. And then, we hang out outside of karate too. I mean, it's not just like an in-class thing, it's like...
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that you guys.
And now we're wearing matching shirts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys aren't watching, they're wearing masks. They're wearing both matching shirts. I almost said master shirts.
That these too, actually, these are. It is.
Are there?
It's the Grandmasters.
Oh.
Not black belt number.
2278.
From
wait, show the back.
Korea, actually.
What's the back looking like?
It's our.
Show me your back.
It's our
Javon.
slogan.
Show me your back right now.
Turn around.
Turn around, young man. Always leave more than you can take. Grandmaster Robert Cheezic. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm like combining words today. I'm sorry. Beautiful. I know that I've heard one more time or look before you go. That's my mom. That's my mom's thing.
There you go.
She had a shirt and it said "Look before you go." It was cute. They made it when we closed down Triberry, and all the students made her that shirt and a nice card. It was beautiful. It was very nice. That's cool though. With all those, that was a lot of questions, by the way. We spoke a lot too. Is there anything you guys wanted to mention or talk about, or have any other questions you guys have that you're curious
Who's
about?
asking these questions? Only
Some of the people on
only male?
No, there's some females in there
Okay,
too.
that's good.
Yeah. I have one person named Clay. They were reaching out, which is I actually know Clay in real life, so she was one of my students. And then there was some other. There's like 3 other girls that were asking, but the other one I can't find. Give me a second. Oh no, they want to be renamed anonymous. Is there anything you guys want to bring up?
Why are you looking at me?
You're the first
Just
guest.
maybe
I know,
that
I'm trying to- I'm trying
Like,
to
what you
think
thinking,
of-
buddy?
I'm trying to think of what you guys were talking about in
The last one?
well, not the, was it the last one?
We mainly talked about tradition, evolving, karate, and tech.
How martial arts is evolving,
Yeah.
and how do people adapt, and if it should remain traditional or if it should be open-minded to,
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Things along the line.
There
that.
was one thing that I was gonna say. Watching the video today, and now I can't remember. Off the top
Oh,
of my
no.
head.
Oh, I fixed that audio glitch, by the way, too.
Good.
Because there was this part where it like cuts you out for 90 seconds. And I
Really?
was like,
Oh.
yeah, you were like, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, what happened? So I had to like re-upload it really
you should have
quickly.
dubbed something over it.
That would've
That
been
would have been funny.
So today, when and
You just
it's
fill in with your
completely not
voice.
it. Heck, that would have been great.
Put
But,
subtitles.
I think, yeah, that is literally about to be an
It's
hour.
about time.
Yeah, it's about time. But hey, we
Thanks for
didn't.
having me, guys.
Of
Oh wait,
course,
no,
thanks
it
for
was
being-
me.
It
I
was
didn't
you.
go.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta go.
Oh,
Oh.
look at that.
Very good.
It's still last.
Very good. I guess we can go one more time. I can go one more time.
It's not your turn.
No, it's not. You're
Okay.
right.
Watch
Okay.
it fall.
It's not gonna fall.
Well,
Watch.
when you guys have your elbows on the table, the whole thing is shaking.
My foot keeps
gotta
touching
have
it
the
and it's
light
causing problems.
Dainty touch.
Dainty touch.
Little flick.
Need a light
Yeah.
dainty touch.
I
What
don't
are your
have-
fingers shaking?
Sorry, it's the coffee and the tea.
It's the mix
It's
of.
all the caffeine I just ingested. in the last-
9:36 at night
It's great.
on
Time.
a Monday.
I'm gonna have fun editing this
It's
tonight.
past my bedtime.
Guys, I don't
What do
know.
you think the coffee's for?
So, guys, thanks for watching
drink
today's
coffee.
podcast. Listening.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, Kayla, thank you for being a part of this. You are always welcome if you want to be on it again. I need to get another microphone for a 4th member too. If that's the case, I'm putting it back like that. That's not how we play Jenga. But what episode is this? 7? Yeah, episode 7.
Yeah.
If you guys
Lucky
want,
number 7.
if you guys seriously want to get your Let's Talk podcast cups, I'm not even joking. You can get it in the description below for, I think it's like $20. The shipping is cheap. I can give you a discount if you want. I can.
We'll hook you up.
We'll hook you up.
We got you.
We got you. But thanks for tuning in to today's Let's Talk podcast. We will see you guys next Friday on episode 8. That topic will be in discussion. Just follow us on Instagram. Follow us all. Why not? Kayla's
Yeah.
got insane boomerang clings when
Oh my god, I
at
do.
her
Yes,
get-togethers.
please follow me.
Please follow to get that. All right. See you guys later. And bye-bye.
Bye.
Good day.
Love it. All right.